Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great one. As you can see, we're out here at our Blue Oaks campus at our breakaway. But this morning, I wanted to pause for a moment to talk to you about an issue that all of us can deal with at some point in our lives, and it's the issue of burnout. Burnout happens when we have extreme periods of mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion that come from prolonged periods of stress. Man, and if all of us know anything about anything, we know about what prolonged periods of stress look like. Certainly, we're in the middle of one right now as we are coming out of a pandemic that we've been living in. And we're going to have to figure out what we can do to make sure that we don't burn out in today's world. Burnout causes extreme fatigue. It can cause heart issues. It can cause you to have a mental breakdown. Burnout can take you out if you are not careful. As it relates to burnout, when we look at scripture, there's one particular individual whose life we can look at to learn some lessons to ensure that we don't end up burning out. And that person is Moses. In Exodus chapter 18, Moses has just helped the children of Israel be delivered from captivity. And as he is taking them through the wilderness, he meets up with his father-in-law, and something very interesting happens. Also, to set the context, Moses led a couple of million people, theologians suggest, out of the wilderness. As they are out of the wilderness, Moses sits down, and he sits down to do what scripture says, to judge the people. What he's really doing is giving them advice about the will of God and how they are supposed to live. And he sits down, we're told in Exodus chapter 18, from morning to evening to settle the issues with every single person that's part of the children of Israel. Moses' father-in-law, because he loves him, looks at Moses and saying, man, listen, what you are doing is not good. You're only going to wear yourselves out, and you're going to wear the people out. Listen to Exodus chapter 8, verse 17 and 18. It says this: Moses' father-in-law replied, what you are doing is not good. You and these people who are come to you will wear yourselves out. In other words, you will burn out. The work is too heavy for you. You cannot handle it alone. Perhaps the same is true for you as well, that you're headed toward the road of for burnout. And if you don't slow down right now, you're going to find yourself in a place where you don't need to be. Let me give you a few lessons on burnout that we learn from this passage. The first one is this: that the road for burnout never begins with burnout, but with genuine care. The reason we end up burning ourselves out is because we enjoy the work that we do. We love the calling that we have. We love being a parent, and we've got to do the work somehow. But the road to burnout never starts with burnout, but with genuine care. Moses cared for the people. He wanted to help them settle their disputes, but what he was doing was not good. Listen, you can be doing a good thing, but not be doing a godly thing. The road to burnout never starts with burnout, but with genuine care. There are things that you care about that you can't let go of, but I want to encourage you today to find another way to get things done, because you'll end up burning yourselves out. Here's some keys that you know that you're headed for burnout. Have you become cynical? Are you more critical than you typically are? Are you not enjoying the work that you're doing? Are you unnecessarily irritable? Man, one of the signs that I know I'm headed for burnout is if I come home and I'm short with my children, or I discipline them and have a short fuse, it's an indicator that I probably am burnt out and need to relax. Another lesson we learn from this passage is this: that we are not God, therefore we have limitations. The passage says in Exodus 18, which I want to encourage you to read, that Moses judged the people from morning to night. Now, Moses, I know you're the guy who's called by God, but even you have limitations. And if Moses had limitations, you and I have them as well. So what do? How do we move forward when what we're doing is burning us out? I want to give you just a few things. One is seek wisdom for solving problems. When Moses was having an issue, his father-in-law came to him, and his father-in-law gave him some wisdom to follow to find the solution for his problems. Whatever problems you may be facing today, seek wisdom in solving those problems. The second thing is this: do not stop caring. Hey, there are some things that you have to do, that you have to continue to do. Don't stop caring, but figure out a different way to work. That's the third thing. Change how you work. Sometimes the solution is found in taking a step back and figuring out how to work differently. And then finally this: why not ask others for help? Whether you're raising kids, running a business, working on a job, whatever it may be, there are more people that are willing to help than you realize. Moses' father-in-law in Exodus 18 gives him the advice of doing this. He says, I want you to train up leaders And as you train up those leaders will be able to help you with the work. Perhaps you are dealing with burnout today because you haven't figured out that you can ask others for help. My challenge for you this morning and my prayer is that if you're facing burnout, that you look in the scripture, that you find others who can give you sound advice to help you overcome burnout. There's no embarrassment in being burnt out, but what you can do is challenge yourself to find help. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me this morning. Pray that you have a good day. And I'll be praying that if you're on the road to burnout, that you'll quickly take the exit and seek God for wisdom. Thank you.